Hey everyone, back with another episode of Heroquest. Let's get to the action with the barbarian. You roll 5 movement. The barbarian is going to rush over 1, 2, 3, 4 towards the orc and attack him. 3 attack dice. And wow, look at that, 3 skulls. So basically an automatic kill, because orcs have 2 defend dice, but they only have 1 hit point. He did not stand a chance. Next, dwarf is up, so he is going to roll for movement first. He rolled a 5, which is great because the room is pretty small. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And open the store. Inside we have a treasure chest and some monsters. And there we have the room set up. There is a treasure chest towards the back, and it is guarded by this monster, which is called the Femir. And then there's an orc by the door. This new monster we've never seen before. He has 6 movement squares, 3 attack dice, 3 defend dice, 2 body points, and 3 mind points. So he's definitely much stronger than the orc and the goblin. So the dwarf finished his movement, and he's staring into the eyes of the orc. Unfortunately, he cannot attack it because he's standing 2 spaces away. So for his action, he will search, and he's going to search for treasure. He finds a potion of strength. You find a small purple flask. You may drink the strange smelling liquid at any time, enabling you to roll 2 extra combat dice the next time you attack. This may only be used once. Do not return this card to the deck. Alright, so a temporary solution that allows us to boost our attack by 2 extra combat dice. I'm going to keep this under the dwarf. Now, each hero may only search a room once. So I'm going to keep track of this by placing a token onto the dwarf to remind us that he's already searched this room. Next, we have the elf, and he's behind the doorway, so he's going to do some movement to catch up. And he got a 3. Not very helpful, but let's see how far we can get. With the 3, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, standing behind the barbarian. For the elf's action, he is actually going to search for secret doors. No secret doors in sight, so nothing happens. And finally, we'll move the wizard. Let's roll for her movement. We've got 7. With that, she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And stand there. As for her action, she's going to cast a spell. The spell that she's going to cast is the Water of Healing. This spell may be cast on any one hero, including yourself. Contact with this revitalizing water will restore up to 4 lost body points, but will not give a hero more than his starting number. The wizard is casting this on dwarf. The wizard is standing next to the dwarf, so she has clear line of sight. When you do line of sight, you basically draw an imaginary line between the center of the square the person is on to the target, and if there's no walls or heroes or monsters in the way, it is considered visible to the caster of the spell, and the spell can be successfully cast. So the dwarf is going to recover 4 body points. He's back to his full health of 7. Alright, that would be our hero's turn. I click next, and the Femir traveled downwards, attacks the dwarf with 3 combat dice, and he rolled a skull. So let's roll for defense. He only rolled 1 skull. We defend with 2. And we have 1 shield. So that was a successful block. No damage going through. Click OK. And that would be the end of the monster's turn because they're stuck again at this doorway. I guess I didn't plan this very well because Barbarian's he's going to go first. But he actually cannot move anywhere. You cannot move through monsters. So he cannot enter this room and attack these monsters, unfortunately. Yeah, he's just going to stay put where he is. And, let's see, we could search for treasures. We search for traps, potentially. I don't think there are any. Let's just search for treasure. Now, half of the treasure deck is bad stuff. That's why I haven't been too keen searching, but let's see what happens. We found gold. Nice. You find a loose stone and tear it from the wall. Behind it, you discover a small leather pouch wrapped with an old rag. Peering inside, you find 25 gold coins. Record the money on your sheet. Do not return this card to the deck. So I'm just going to put this card under the barbarian character sheet. Next up, the dwarf. He is standing next to the monster, so he's going to take a whack. Let's see if he can redeem himself from his horrible performance earlier. He rolled 1 skull. Okay. So let's see how the monster defends. The monster defends with 3 combat dice. 0 black shields rolled. Nice. So 1 damage goes through. Now he has a health of 2, so he still has 1 body point left. Now the dwarf can move, and I think he wouldn't be able to move through monsters, so basically he's sort of stuck there. He can move backwards, but I don't think he's going to do that. So he will just stand in the door, by the door, and wait. Next we have the elf. There's not much the elf could do here at this point. So he's just going to search, and he's going to search for treasure as well. We found more gold, so 25 gold coins. Finally, it's the wizard's turn, and she's going to do something interesting. She's going to cast a spell, and she's going to cast it towards the Femir because she has line of sight. Drawing a line from the center of this square to the center of this square, you will cross this corner here, but that would still consider as visible, and that's a valid attack. So she's going to cast a spell, and she's going to cast Fire of Wrath. This spell may be cast on any one monster, blasting it with flames. It will inflict 1 body point of damage unless the monster can immediately roll a 5 or 6 using 1 red die. Let's cast a Fire of Wrath. Let's see if he can defend. Oh, wow. Okay. Not good. He did roll a 5, so unfortunately the damage does not go through, and we've basically wasted our spell. Well, that didn't work out as I planned, but I guess the wizard wouldn't get to move now because the monsters are still in the doorway. I was kind of hoping she could take him out and then move in, but we'll have to wait. That is the end of the hero's turn. Let's see what the monsters do. Monster attack. 3 combat dice. 0 skulls rolled. Now that is awesome. So we don't even have to roll our defense. Great. I think that would be it. Oh no. He moved out of the way, and the orc came in. Rolled with 3 combat dice, but also rolled no skulls. That is pretty good luck on our side. And I think he's going to move out now. Nope, he didn't move. Okay, so this time he didn't run away. Interesting. And now we're back to our heroes' turns. Once again, we're kind of stuck here with the barbarian. I wonder if he should search again for treasure. Oh, he cannot. He cannot search for treasure anymore because he did it last turn, and so did the elf. So I'm just gonna skip his turn. There's nothing much he could do. Dwarf is obviously gonna whack at this orc here. 2 combat dice. Roll 2 skulls. The orc defends with 2 dice. He defended with 1 black shield. Well, that means we still have 1 hit going through, so he is defeated. Excellent. Now the dwarf can move in. Let's roll for his movement. And he rolled a 9. With that, he is going to... What could he do? Well, he needs to get out of the way, so barbarian could go through, I think. Let's go in. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to get him to open this door and see what's behind it. Oh no! He sees quite a bit. There are a bunch of monsters over here. There are also some block tiles up here. Alright, we're in a little bit of trouble. Lots of monsters populated in this hallway. But let's continue our turn with the elf. Let's roll for movement. And he rolled a 7. With that, I think we need to take out... See if we can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right beside the treasure chest. And he is going to take a whack with his 2 attack dice of the short sword. Come on, elf. We have 1 skull. Let's see if the familiar can defend. Familiar defense with 3 combat dice. No black shields. Yes! Select body point loss. 1 going through. And he is defeated. I think we should get a reward for defeating a tougher monster. Finally, let's roll for movement for the wizard, who will be able to move 5 movement points. I think she's going to move towards the treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't get there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm just going to stand next to this door. I'm not going to open it just yet. I think we have enough to deal with for 1 turn, but stand next to the door for future. As part of her action, she will search for traps. You have found a trap, a pit trap. Ooh. You see this spot? That is a pit trap. Excellent. We now know where the pit is. Oh, here's another one actually. Wow, lucky I didn't step on any of that. So 2 pit traps here. Note that we actually do not put the pit trap tiles onto the board just yet. We only know that they're there, but they haven't sprung yet, so they're not visible on the board. They are, however, visible on the software. Alright, that was a pretty good turn. And now I'm going to click the next button. And the orc over here is going to attack the dwarf with 3 combat dice. He rolled 1 skull. So let's roll for defense. With defend with 2. And we rolled a shield. Excellent. No damage going through. Dwarf is doing pretty good lately. Okay. Next, the orc moves out. Wow, they're taking turns whacking at the dwarf. He rolls. The goblin moves up. He rolls 2 attack dice. Didn't get anything, so nothing happens. And then this other orc is going to move behind the goblin. So let's arrange that onto the board. Okay, so that's how the board looks like now. And I'm pretty happy with our accomplishment tonight. We've explored a new room. We're starting to go into this hallway over here. We found some traps at the back that will disarm on the next turn, potentially with the dwarf. But other than that, I think it's pretty exciting. We've also used some spells, although we weren't successful with one of them. But I think in terms of variety, quite a bit happened in this turn compared to previous turns. And I hope that was entertaining. It's midnight here, so I'm going to call it night. I'll see you in the next episode of Heroquest as we find out what's in that treasure chest and see what's behind that door.